UN women accuse ad for Tawawa on Monday manga of promoting, quote, a minor woman as a male sexual target. So I want to address real quick.
How?
We were just reading how they were saying like, oh, he's using it as an excuse to draw lollies and sexualizing teenagers. Let me ask you something. They always talk about like oh, that's a picture of Sailor Moon and her tits are out. She's 15, right? It's like, let me ask you this. When a teen movie gets made, right? But the actors are in college pretending to be high schoolers.
Yeah, like every fucking movie
Do
ever.
you do you chastise
Re?
people who are like, damn, such and such actress was so hot in that movie, right?
No.
Alicia Cuthbert was goddamn smoking, and whatever that movie she was in was. God, I can't come up with it. Girl Next Door.
Girl Next Door. Yeah.
I don't know how old she was now. I'm just saying, but you don't go
She's
after
Canadian.
People. Oh, well, good for her. You don't go after people when the person in the movie is playing somebody who's underage.
Yeah.
How is it any different when it is a drawing?
Yeah, no, it's funny too because we talked about this earlier, and I brought up The Simpsons. Like you'd see like fucking Bart naked half the time, anyways, in that show. And even if, let's just say, you jerk off to like cartoons or whatever, back in like the fucking 90s, the fact that you were jerking off to a cartoon and not like a real person would be the chastising part of it. Like that'd be like you're jerking off to a cartoon and not like a real person. Like what the fuck is wrong with you? Like that would be the issue. And now it's like, oh, you're jerking off to this thing this child that doesn't exist.
All right, so let's read about Tawawa on Monday, which is, quote, promoting a minor woman as a male sexual target. So, as far as I know, this is a web comic that is released every Monday, and it's very short, and it involves a high school girl who's befriended a salary man on a train. So the United Nations Women's Organization has taken issue with an ad for the latest volume of Kiseki Himura's slice of life manga Tawawa on Monday, or Getsuyobi no Tawawa, which they believe is, quote, about a minor woman as a male sexual target. Lewd things are bad. The freaking Bounding into Comics goes above and beyond in finding what they're going to put as images in their stuff. Translated in English as Tawawa on Monday, Getsuyobi no Tawawa centers on Ai, a high school student whose most prominent feature are her intentionally punny Ai cup breasts.
Oh my god.
One day, on a train ride to school, Ai encounters a gloomy older salaryman and quickly strikes up a friendship with him. From then on, Ai and the salaryman meet up every Monday, glasses, Chan, help me out. All right. And quickly strikes up a friendship with him. From then on, I and the salaryman meet up every Monday, keeping each other company and brightening up their morning commutes. Good morning, Oni-san. Blah, 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 blah. Hello. I have big tits. On April 4th, major Japanese newspaper, the Nikkei, ran a full-page advertisement for the series' upcoming 4th volume featuring a simple illustration of I alongside a message, as translated by Otaku USA, reading, quote, I hope this will be a wonderful week. This, right here, is the ad that UN Women canceled. A week later, the United Nations Entity for Gender Equality and the Empowerment of Women, whose website describes the organization as being, quote, dedicated to gender equality and empowerment of women, wrote a strongly worded letter of complaint to the manager of the Nikkei regarding the ad. In their letter,
Strongly worded.
What's up?
I said strongly worded.
No.
Did they drop some N-bombs?
At the Nikkei? Yes. In their letter, the group, whose executive board currently hosts such anti-gender equality member countries as Sierra Leone and Afghanistan, demanded that the paper give clarification on why they publish an ad promoting, quote, gender stereotypes. How dare you let people be natural women and men? That's awful. But instead, I was physically destroyed by the softest pair of weapons in human history. So, responding to the initial outrage on April 8th, the magazine in which Getsuyobi no Tawawa is serialized, Kodansha's weekly young magazine, explained to Comic Natalie that the advertisement was run because April 4th is the first Monday of the year for new employees. We put up a full-page ad, quote, to get rid of anxiety and get better, which Sankaku Complex translated as to blow away their anxiety and make them feel better. So that was a much more understandable line. Issuing a separate statement, Kodansha themselves told the Japanese branch of the Huffington Post that, quote, this advertisement was posted in conjunction with the release of the new issue in order to develop new readers. We take your opinion seriously and will take them in the future. We would like to give due consideration for the development of advertising, whatever the fuck that means. Yeah, so her boobs are so big that the door won't close. All right, so this woman is Director Kai Ishikawa of UN Women Japan office. Now, I would like to continue with this article. I think it's better phrased. Skipping that because basically I already covered it. The issue will have many drawing comparisons to the previous incident where Japanese feminists whined about the Love Live Sunshine and Uzaki-chan posters complaining that they were, quote, sexualizing schoolgirls. Getsuyobi no Tawawa is a rather erotic manga with plenty of lewd scenarios, but the advertisement itself has no sexualizing whatsoever. This, again, being the advertisement. The tweet for the article has since accumulated over 4,000 quote tweets with various opinions on the matter. First of all, the advertisement itself isn't erotic. However, the manga is erotic. Above all, the reason why this is an issue is because of the intent behind the ad that says, quote, new employees, check out these big high school titties and feel better. Although there are some new female employees too. There are a few negative opinions about the advertisement sexualizing a high school girl, but for the most part, people didn't seem to have much of an issue. The Getsuyobi no Tawawa ad that is making the Twitter feminists cry sexual exploitation. I was wondering where the problem was, but perhaps they're angry about the book covers on the bottom left, referring to these. Still don't see it. People are getting pissed about this, but why? It'll make some people feel better, and it'll make some people feel uncomfortable. That's how it goes. Freedom of expression takes precedence over personal feelings. Fucking men. That's all. Furthermore, this Twitter user conducted a survey through a research company that asked 100 women in their teens and 20s about their opinions on the Tawawa on Monday ad that was published in the Nikkei newspaper on April 4th. So they asked them, and wouldn't you know it, the graph shows that most of both age groups were not offended by the advertisement, including 84% of teens around 15 years of age and 80% of women in their 20s. Kai Ishikawa, the director of UN Women's Japan branch, explained in an interview article, that's the woman I was just showing you here, explained in an article by Huffington Post Japan that Nikkei has violated its agreements as part of the, quote, Unstereotype Alliance, an initiative, the USA, Unstereotype Alliance, an initiative made to promote gender equality in advertisements. Nikkei plays a significant role in the campaign as its founding member, and the UN Women saw it as a violation of their partnership when the newspaper published the ad. Ishikawa, quote, the advertisement only portrays what high school girls should be like in a male-centric view. But for women, it only presents the idea that they must support men with sexual appeal. It failed to meet the requirements of the 3 Ps ad screening process that stands for presence, perspective, and personality. Publishing an advertisement that depicts a clearly underage girl as the sexual object for men is a risk that promotes such harmful stereotypes to women. Once again, this is the ad. this right here, this ad right here that said "wishing you a wonderful week" or whatever. That ad that's promoting sexual
Yeah.
underage.
Oh,
That's
just
it.
the worst. Just promoting the worst. Oh my gosh, you guys.
Nikkei says,
Fully clothed too. Just
right. While Nikkei has yet to make a statement on the matter, the Tawawa on Monday controversy still continues in Japan, as another Twitter user pointed out the Huffington Post interview was recently edited. Before the edit, the article described the manga as a work that features, quote, numerous acts of molestation. But the new revision reads that the work contains, quote, sexual abuse against high school girls.
I'm not sure which one's better.
Right? On April 18th, mangaka and politician Ken Akamatsu mentioned on Twitter that the uproar from UN Women was, in fact, not an arbitrary behavior from the Japanese branch. According to the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, the protest comes directly from the institution's main headquarters. Akamatsu also added that the, quote, unstereotype alliance is listed under the cabinet's basic plans for gender equality. However, when asked for a comment, the cabinet office replied that it, quote, does not know about the agreement's contents. So how do the Japanese react? Japanese politicians brag about purchasing Tawawa on Monday manga. Supporting Japanese creators' right to freedom of expression, two Japanese politicians bragged on Twitter by sharing a photo of themselves with copies of Tawawa on Monday, whilst exclaiming they bought it, demonstrating their stance amidst the absurd controversy regarding the sexist Tawawa on Monday advertisement. Recently, feminists of the United Nations Entity for Gender Equality and Empowerment of Women, UN Women, became unwomen. I like that one better. Became enraged at Japanese newspaper Nikkei over their publishing of an advertisement for Tawawa on Monday, describing it as unacceptable, despite it merely depicting a schoolgirl standing around in a normal fashion. While the manga series itself can be quite erotic, the advertisement was the definition of tame and normal. Voicing support for the right to freedom of expression, House of Councilors politician Fujisue Kenzo shared a photo of himself with 2 volumes of the Tawawa on Monday manga on Twitter, along with the message, purchased.
because fuck you.
Right. Fujisue released a subsequent tweet in English supporting freedom of expression amongst Japanese creators. The fun of Japanese manga is supported by freedom of expression. As a politician, I protect the freedom of expression of entertainment, including Japanese manga. Satoshi Hamada, who is also a member of Japan's House of Councilors, shared a similar tweet. He went for the tamer copies. Such comical actions might relieve some to know that Japan's freedom might yet be preserved from the encroaching evil of the West. Godspeed.